Good morning. Welcome to the Saturday Morning Community Forum. Today, we dedicate this broadcast to the memory of three young men, a little older than teenagers, who went to Mississippi as part of the Freedom Riders, fighting for organizing African Americans to vote in Mississippi. They were murdered in Mississippi several years ago this week. And so as we see, and you will hear in a few moments about Reverend Jackson joining with Reverend William Barber in the Poor People's Campaign, and those citizens from West Virginia and from Kentucky urging the senators to support the Voting Rights Act. Today we're still fighting for a federally protected right to vote for all Americans.
We need everybody to say forward together, not one step back. What do we want?
Voting rights.
When do we want it?
Now.
Stop the filibuster.
Stop the filibuster.
Pass the bill.
Pass the bill.
But there comes a time, Sister Arwine, there comes a time, Reverend Jackson, there comes a time, President Winkler, that you can't wait to save something. You got to save it while saving is possible. And so today we are here, turn this mic up some, we are here with people from the hood to the hollers in Kentucky and West Virginia. And we're here with friends from other places to demand of every U.S. senator and to ask them to answer one simple question. Which side are you on? This is no time for straddling the fence. Officially, somebody said that they proved that they were the party against voting rights, but we've already known that. We didn't need a procedural vote to prove that to us, and neither did America. They are trapped in the lies of McConnell's meanness and are held captive by money and the forces of greed that have been reshaping them since the Southern strategy of Richard Nixon. But let me be clear, while we're here and while you see black and white and brown and indigenous and Asian and young and old and gay in the street, this is not simply Jim Crow. This is James Crow Esquire. It's not just targeting black people, but it's targeting poor and low-wage black, white, brown, indigenous, Asian, young people, and the disabled. And the question is, which side are you on? This refusal to even debate voting rights protections has exposed every citizen Republican as a liar. That they lied when they put their hands on that Constitution. They stood before God and their constituents and swore to uphold the Constitution. But they have embraced the states' rights argument against federal voting rights protections, that if followed to its furthest conclusion, would inevitably invalidate the very vision and promise of the 15th, 19th, 24th, 26th, and 14th Amendment. Which side are you on? And today we come here not as Democrats first or Republicans, but we come here to speak the moral truth, because sometimes you just need a few people that don't play the political games, they just tell it like it is. The Bible does not say, be moderate for justice, be moderate and lukewarm. It says in Isaiah 10, woe unto those who legislate evil and rob the poor of their rights and make women and children their prey. There is nothing moderate about using a non-constitutional filibuster to block protecting and expanding the constitutional right to vote. Say, our democracy is not for sale, for compromise or negotiation. You will not take the voting rights of poor and low-wealth people. This is not just a black issue. All of us, white, black, brown, Asian, Indian, young, old, gay, and straight. Mr. Manchin, Mr. McConnell, you cannot block our voting rights, our living wages, our health care. We are an unstoppable force, and we are here to stay, and we aren't going anywhere.
Sometimes you have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Enough is enough. Forward ever, backwards never. My father, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, says, Jonathan, we have to go to D.C. I said, but Dad, we can watch it on television. He says, no, what they're doing with the Voting Rights Act is going to throw all people back in time, and I'm not going to let it happen on my watch. So then again, I tried to persuade him, Dad, you don't need to do this. Everyone knows your heart is there. And he basically told me, this isn't a Facebook moment. This isn't a Snapchat moment. This isn't a Triller moment. This isn't a Clubhouse moment. This isn't an Instagram moment. You've got to have marching feet, a made-up mind, a sense of dignity, a sense of purpose. I bring you my father, the freedom fighter, long-standing, long-fighting, the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Put your hands together, put your hands together. Say, I am somebody. I am somebody. Respect me, protect me, never neglect me. I am God's child. Down with dope, up with hope. We come to feed the hungry. We come to set the captive free. We the people have the power. We the people have the power. Red, yellow, brown, black, and white. We're all precious. God said, everybody is somebody. Everybody is somebody. We come not as the insurrection group, the resurrection group. We come not as insurrection, but resurrection. Not violently, loving, caring, and redemptive. Americans become addicted to slave labor. All the war about maintaining slaves and labor. Addicted to it. 246 years we were in slavery. African American people were in slavery. And they taught whites to feel superior, blacks to be inferior, and codified in the laws about systemic racism is a belief in the institution, that in fact denies born race. We're addicts. Then when we had a short period of Reconstruction, the same folks, when Lincoln was assassinated, put in Andrew Johnson. Removed the troops from the South. The segregation masters were more vicious than the slave masters. So at least enslaved masters, they protected us as their property, owned their property. When segregation came, there was another, segregation came, they in fact, when segregation came, they in fact, made a movement. Those January 6th group, they're the lineage of those who sought to overthrow the government in the first place. We won then, we can win now. The Southerners were in fact winning that war. They were up Antietam, Maryland, and Gettysburg. Lincoln freed enough of us to join the Union Army. 200,000 blacks joined the army, and we changed the course of America. The war was not fought about slavery, it was fought about union. So the men, those who were Northerners fighting with us, were in fact standing against us. We endured in the House. My friends, they don't want blacks to vote.
That's right.
1965, 1968, but women got the right to serve on juries in the South. 1970, Native Americans got the right to vote. The 80, you could vote on college campuses. Say, whenever our back is against the wall, form a union between white women, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Asians, we the people, with the power to protect our democracy. So it's not closing. I'm anxious because I'm really ready to go to jail now. So it's a day. Today, we must fill up the jails. We in fact must fill up the jails. Fill up the jails. Let's walk and talk for freedom. No fool well, the Lord is our light and our salvation.
That's right.
Whom shall we fear? The Lord is the strength of our lives. And if you call yourself a child of God, you ought to act like it sometimes. If my people will call by my name, humble themselves in prayer and seek my face, turn their wicked ways, say God's will, He I'll turn. So when racism is wicked, racism is unscientific, it is immoral. As soon as God made a mistake, He made somebody other than the white race. So we the people. In fact, use our strength, use our character, our courage. Fight back. We're the patriots. 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 America's better. We're not better. Through it all, they may jail us, lie to us, try to compromise politics, legislation. But we the people. Determined. We're going to make it. With or without. With or without. With or without. It's time for us to make our case, put our butt on the line, willing to go to jail, even die. America might live. God bless you.
Yeah. Give it up.